Hey, great evening to you all. I hope that you guys have had a heart-filling day. And I hope that you've done everything possible to have a joyful, blissful, peaceful day, no matter what you're living. So I guess I made some promises today on my life. Well, not promises, but that I'll come out here tonight and read. So I'm using my computer instead of my phone. So I won't see who's out here. It's a totally different setup for the live on my computer. So I'm back out here. And I'm going to read tonight Wise Up to Rise Up. It's a Must by Tobi Staples. Copywritten 2021. All rights reserved. What I'll do is I'll read the description of the book, and then you guys can decide for yourself if you want to stick around and hear about it or not. Okay, this is the third book in the three. So the first one, Turning Hell into Heaven, which is turning your state of hell within into a state of heaven within. And then the second one is Your Best You. The choice is yours. And that just shows you what, maybe some things that you need to look at that you didn't think about before. Well, this is the third book to this, because I like to believe that anybody that really wants transformation, one of these books isn't enough. I think that all three are genuinely a real transformative experience for anybody. But I will be creating workbooks to go with these books. So, when I decide when it's ready, Okay, so guys, tonight is Wise Up to Rise Up. It's a must. So like I said, I'm going to read the back of the book before I start the preface, and you guys can decide whether you want to stick around for it or not. Okay? Choice is yours. I welcome you guys wholeheartedly. And if you do stick around for the book, I hope that it helps, because that's the intention for these books, is that you can genuinely learn how to cope within yourself with a whole bunch of understanding, because that's key. All right, so this is, okay, so it's Wise Up to Rise Up, It's a Must by Tobi Staples, copywritten 2021, all rights reserved. This is, and they're globally distributed. If you Google my books, you can get them anywhere, even in Barnes & Noble. This is a book that will open you up to how your energy really works within you, helping you to wise up to rise up. This is a book. This is written with loads of love and personal experience of figuring out my own energy and that of the universe, helping you to fully understand what frequency you are projecting will help you to turn chaos into calm within your being. This book is intended to help you restore much needed well-being for yourself and others in your life. It all starts with you. Seek the learning, and you can make the energy shift very possible, which will restore much needed harmony, allowing healing. You're worth it. Do the work. Feel it, heal it, release it. Remove an outward focus on life, replacing it with a joyful, rejuvenated inward focus. Be the much needed change. You matter. I love you all. XO. That's the back of the book. So I'll let you guys know what chapters are in here. Chapter 1 is Wise Up. 2, Give and Take. 3, Lowered Energy. 4, Restoring Balance. 5, Feel to Heal. 6, Rise Up. And then there's a special note at the end of the book. So, like always, I'm going to read until I don't. Okay? So, guys, I welcome y'all and enjoy. So I'll start with the preface. I'm not going to do the dedications. And yeah, here we go. Wise up to rise up. It's a must. Hoping that you have read my two previous books as a foundation for this one, I feel it is important that you truly understand your own energy and how it affects your life. Throughout this book, I will again use my personal experiences as examples of what happens when we are out of balance. You have been made to believe that you must think about everything. Well, this book is definitely intended to make you do just that. I want you to allow yourself to see things from a different perspective and understand the wear and tear caused from being out of balance within your own body. I have come to realize that even though I may have turned my hell into heaven, yes, made a decision to become my best self, that I still have a lot of work to do and I am open to learning. It is with a goal to achieve a certain level of understanding as to the maintenance of my well-being and remaining neutral. I overcame an energetic experience recently that was unexpected. It really threw me for a loop, but physically gave me an experience of what truly happens when we allow an imbalance to happen once we have achieved balance. This helped me to understand that staying balanced is an ongoing process and important for well-being. Guidance and understanding led me to this experience in order to fully grasp what I had been researching. I have always been a very big energy person, having contained quite an enormous amount of it within myself since birth. I keep growing daily as I'm on a mission to raise my own level of frequency that I am emitting. So, I must share my experiences in the attempts of waking up as many people as humanly possible. I could never truly understand until I had no choice but to change my focus from an outward thinking focus to a now inward feeling of focus. The two are quite different and produce very different results within and around you. It is when we wise up to the frequency of our own personal energy, it is then we can rise up to emit loving and healing energy into the world, with the goal of putting out so much love and gratitude for life that we are able to not only heal ourselves, but the world as well, the earth as well. We have truly been putting our real needs on hold due to a lack of understanding and inward focus for far too long. The state of the earth is presently the proof that we as individuals have been neglecting our true nature. We can no longer continue to live like this, being unaware of how it all really works. It is when you can embrace it all for what it is, then you can make the much needed changes within yourself in attempts to rise up above your current frequency of existence. This book is written with loads of love and healing for all in this world today. I genuinely hope that you grasp a better understanding and it helps you to wise up in the attempt to rise up. Do the work. Feel it. Heal it. Be the much needed change. No matter how insignificant you may feel that you are in this world, you truly have no idea how important you really are. Every single person has a reason for their human experience, one not being more important than another. We all matter and are needed. Simple. You may not understand your purpose or your mission here yet, but if you do not do the necessary work, you will find all the answers. But if you do the necessary work, you will find all of your answers to your questions. Seek the answers inwardly instead of outwardly, and everything changes. I believe in you. You as an individual matter. I love you all. XO. So that's the preface. I'll jump into chapter 1. Wise up. We are in a time of a massive energy shift on Earth. Life will begin to get better for all if we collectively own our energy, realizing that we are all connected. It is not just what we are dealing with on Earth, but what is also happening within our solar systems that have resulted in an enormous increase in energy for everything existent. Never in history have so many humans been spiritually awakened at once. Consciousness has explained to me that this is happening so that all will be forced to raise their own vibrations because there has been a lowered frequency and density on Earth for too long. The force of this increase in frequency will allow healing and awakening for so many in the attempts to save Earth and all that inhabit it. Everything is so highly sophisticated and calculated within the blueprint for our existence, down to every breath that a person breathes. This is why many have to die for so many to be born. Everything within our experience is calculated, and there is a flow of energy that is constantly impacting you and your life. It is time to wise up to it. This great shift affects us all, affects all of us, because of the fundamental fact that everything, no exclusions, is energy. The greatest challenge is to truly wise up to the frequency that we are emitting out into this world, which is greatly a part of the world's collective energy. People don't feel that they can make changes drastic enough to seriously impact the world, but you can. It starts with you and understanding that we are all energetically connected. The key to maintaining great energy would be to truly understand it. Everything is energy. Everything. There is nothing that doesn't contain its own frequency. We are constantly in exchange of energy within our own bodies, as well as with everything and everybody that we interact with during our human experience. Everything in the world and in the universe is energy. The basis of all matter is energy. Basic science teaches us all about it. Everything that is matter has been manifested from it. Creation is possible because of it. It's that simple. Without it, nothing exists. We all have energy that runs through us constantly, which enables us to live this human experience. And it is our life force that makes it all possible for us. It is not news that our heart runs. It is not news that our heart runs on an electrical current, which enables the flow of blood to reach all parts of your body. Your electrolytes all have different electric charges within your body, which sustain or attempt to sustain your functions of the body. We have an extreme energy that enables us to sustain life within our experience. It is very important that you wise up and really take a good look at your energy. Are you depleting your life force? Always feeling drained? Suffering depression or anxiety? Are things not ever going the way that you want them to? Are you feeling frustrated and ungrateful? Well, if this is at all the case, you had better do some identifying as to what your energy is then. Are you always tired? Moody? Seriously, analyze what energy it is that you are functioning with throughout your life. Are you genuinely a happy person, reflecting this in all that you do? Are you able to show love to yourself and others 100% of the time? I highly doubt it. Life happens to all of us, yes, but there are simple ways to keep your energy in a balanced flow, allowing you to get the most out of your life. You can't do this while you're surviving life, drifting, not realizing the force within you. It is not possible because of the duality of energy. The reality is, if you are suffering from your choices, then that is in turn what you are creating for yourself. I know this all too well, as I did this personally for years before understanding that I could turn my hell into heaven. You really have to look at how you think about life as a whole. Examine what you are telling yourself, and others for that matter. I ask you these things because everything is energy, and there is duality to it, meaning negative and positive. Whatever you give your energy to results in an equal opposite reaction that you will in turn take from it. Using myself as an example of this, I will explain it like this. Containing as much energy as I do, I have to be very careful about what I feed my energy into. This is because that is also what I am in turn taking back for my energetic well-being of my body. There lies a duality of energy within us all. Everybody seems to focus on solely the good or bad energy of things. This causes a great imbalance within ourselves because we believe that we must remain within either instead of remaining neutral to it all. Let me explain. I personally know that I am a great person with a huge heart. My energy is huge. I walk into a room and my energy is felt. I can change the mood of a crowd in seconds. I have learned how my energy affects people, positively or negatively. So when my energy shifts, so does everybody's. Knowing this, as I am an empath and a light worker, I have made it my mission to change energy all the time, to transmute any negativity that I feel, which is a lowered energy, into a frequency of love and light. The forces of nature assist me to do this because I am energy and understand that I am constantly flowing through energy that runs the show for all of us. I always want good for everybody. I see so many people desperate for new ways to spring life back into their beings. The majority of people are suffering not only because of the weight of the world, but also because of their own personal energy. Half of the time, they don't even realize that their own energy is at a lowered frequency than what it should be, causing the suffering. I struggled for 20 years to fully grasp and understand my own frequency, not realizing that I had been living with a lower frequency of energy. I always tried to push good out into this world without fully understanding it all. It is one thing to think that you are a good person. Okay, so it's one thing to think that you're a good person, and another to feel that you are. I thought for years that I was living as the best version of myself, but I hadn't been, not even close to it. It's only recently, after connecting and opening my heart, that I was truly able to understand unconditional, universal love. In opening my heart, I was able to break through all of the self-inflicted blockages that I had put in my way and reach a level of understanding incomparable to any human understanding that I once believed. I now understand that all the hurt and trauma that I had been holding on to so tightly as I had identified with it didn't even exist within my soul's life force. This truly enabled me to become fully aware of my energy and how deeply we are all connected. This is the drive behind my books. I want to be a part of this great shift and help people become awakened as to their true nature. In doing so, they will become wise to the fact that suffering then becomes a choice and that it does not exist within your true self. I have previously, on many accounts, managed to heal my own body, having survived death 4 times. With every encounter with death, my life force became stronger as my love and gratitude for life amplified. This helped me to carry out many stages of healing. When once the doctors believed that they must amputate my foot in the attempts to save my life, well, with the right energy, I still have my foot, and it's completely healed. Except for the scar where the hole was, that is. I may not be able to fully bend my last 2 toes, but I still have my foot, and I'm still alive. I have on many accounts used my own energy and external energy to drive my healing. The body truly contains such a calculated, sophisticated set of biological functions, totally capable of healing itself when you truly remain neutral, allowing it to maintain internal balance. Many people believe that they must either contain and emit either good energy or bad, not realizing that we should concentrate on just being. We're supposed to maintain a level of neutral, whatever the flow of energy influencing you. Everything happens for a reason. Everything is calculated for existence. So how is it not like this? If everything happens for a reason, then we aren't supposed to be trying to force an outcome of any kind. This is why we all truly have our own individual reasons for our experiences, each one being unique to that individual and all as equally important as our part of the bigger picture. The hand-me-down generational belief systems, the systematic conditioning and programming, and ancestral damage of it all has been passed down like water, as if it is our supposed essence of life. So the constant effort of living up to everybody's standards is fundamentally going against our own true nature. I fully now understand this after a recent spiritual awakening, which connected me to a frequency of consciousness that explained it all. After this, I could no longer live my life the way I had. This is what drove my need to help make some necessary changes, as I was made to realize during this experience that I am now an empowered empath and a very powerful light worker. I must assist in the raising of consciousness of others and help soothe the transition to a higher frequency as they awaken. This was explained that, oh, this was explained that this is my true purpose within my experience. With this level of understanding comes a great responsibility to use the knowledge wisely to help heal the earth and all on it. This is a responsibility to myself and to every other worldly creation that I now take very seriously. I am as human as the next. The only difference now being is that I have been awakened to my truest nature, which is within us all. This now governs my being. This also shows me all of the things that I myself had better wise up to. Wise up to the fact that you are energy, and everything is energy to begin with. When you see everything for what it truly is, your eyes will become to... When you see everything for what it truly is, your eyes will begin to open to a new perspective. How could for one moment you actually think that energy is something to get into, like a conversation? It is all and everything that exists. So it must be of some importance, don't you think? I was a human who didn't understand the importance of the state of being neutral because I was constantly putting efforts into being positive. The more I studied my own flow of energy, the more I understood the importance of allowing the flow of it through my being. I always have had so much energy. I speak loudly, and my words are felt when heard. Whether I choose to allow a negative or positive flow from my being, it is felt by whatever it's directed at in an enormous way. I understood my impact on people the more I studied my own frequency. This helped me to really make a distinction between what was my own frequency and what was the energy of others that I was feeling. All my life I've been an empath. For 46 years I lived within my human experience, feeling all energies on a heightened level due to the enormous energy that I contain. Always throughout life, I have felt the conflict between a person's words and their energy. This is why I don't trust anybody or anything on this planet other than what the energy of it is telling me. I solely trust energy now, and few people speak my language. You can put whatever explanation that you would like to it, whether it be physicists, scientists, mystics, gurus, yogis, or masters. It all is a way to define levels of consciousness. In my personal experience of awakening, I have come to realize that we are truly all on the same level of understanding once we wise up to our own energy, allowing us to reach a higher frequency, which in turn opens the gates of knowledge and understanding of the true nature of our existence. I will tell you that from my personal experience, I can now understand that it is universal, unconditional love that runs this whole show. Everything is highly calculated through energy. You have to understand the duality of everything. You have to understand the duality of everything gives the positive and negative energy. There is a constant exchange of energy with everything and everybody, whether you are fully aware of it or not. Things that you believe to not affect you actually do. This is because of the interconnection of everything in existence and the universe itself. Energy never dies, only transmutes within the field of energy. We have so many forces that are constants within this magnificent universe. This is where the laws of physics come into play, where science and the periodic table of elements help explain a lot of what we're made up of. Whether these chemicals react with a positive or negative charge, they all have a part to play. The flow of energy around and through us doesn't stop. It changes, yes, but never stops. And when you think of how things chemically work, well, then you understand that there is a resting state for pairing things also, no matter what their charges are. This is what we must apply to our beings. It is to allow a resting state within so that your body can naturally maintain an equilibrium of well-being. When you look at anything in existence, there is a cycle of life, and all needs a force of life within to have its experience here on earth. It is the energy of life force that then manifests your being. For generations of existence, we have not been living and maintaining our life force. We have been depleting it and creating suffering. Every trauma, hurt, fear has released part of your life force into the universe. When one doesn't understand this, they quickly become depleted, not realizing the need to change their own frequency. They may feel exhausted by this. Even being too excited or overly happy about something also depletes your energy. If you are not refueling with the right kind of energy, you don't realize it because you don't have a profound understanding of your energy. For years, I didn't fully understand my own, not being aware of my true nature and the energy that it truly contains. I have come to realize that the solution to being thrown around by your energy or anybody else's is to remain within your neutral state of being. This way you maintain your energy and essential life force within and are able to finally know a state of well-being. Don't attempt to block anything from coming your way either. When doing so, you are putting resistance against what is meant to be, so therefore depletes your energy. Blocking doesn't work for you. It works against you. From your neutral state of energy, your body can do whatever it has to without having to be overworked, as it already has a job to do. That job is to allow your life force of unconditional love and light to live an individual human experience here on earth, to learn how to become a joyful being and to create a state of heaven on earth for yourselves and truly get the most out of your experience. This is the ultimate goal for your existence. Whether you realize it or not doesn't change the truth of it. You see, when you wise up to your energy, you will easily be made aware that you are not as happy as you believe you are. You will see that you have been robbing yourself of so much energy to create. What is the focus of your day? When you look at the things that you put your focus on, you will see what you put your energy into. It's as easy as that. When you open your eyes, what is the first thing that you focus on? Is it the never-ending busyness of the day that you have scheduled yourself to engage with? Or is your focus on the fact that you have been given another day by the Prime Creator to manifest love and light in all we do throughout our day, which naturally creates abundance? What is the frequency of the energy that you embody when you start your day? Only you will know, as you are the one focusing on whatever it is that you choose to, in order to give you some kind of meaning to your life. Check your ideas and thoughts. This is where it all begins. Are you even grateful for the air that the universe provides to you in order for you to sustain your human experience? These are all the hard questions that I had to ask myself that opened me up to so much. This is the work that has to be done by you alone. Think about this for a second. We all have, at one time or another, been in conversations or situations where we judged somebody for how we thought they had mistreated us. I myself didn't truly see things the way that I do now. I was surviving life for 46 years until I was able to realize my true nature and begin to live fully. Now, during those times of judgment, did you ever stop for a moment and analyze your own frequency? I didn't realize that everything was a transfer of energy, and there was a possibility that they were simply reacting to me. We don't think about this because of the result of having an outward focus. Everything with that focus seems to be happening to us. We don't realize that we all create reactions according to our own flow of energy. If you analyze yourself during those situations, you will see that your frequency plays a huge part of it, and there should be no judgment of others. We are all influenced by energy more than visibly noticeable. This is why I stress the importance of understanding it. The understanding of connecting to your true energy of life and how it easily flows without resistance. We cause our own problems by forcing our energy into things that we believe are facts. Whether you like it or not, you had better wise up to it. Better late than never, honestly. Don't think for 1 second that once you have begun to learn about your energy, that this is where it ends. This is where it all begins. You must embrace that in order to become a joyful person, being abundant in all areas of life. It takes a lot of insight to achieve and reach your neutral zone. For you, this again is unique to your human experience. Don't think that you will remain there at all times once you've achieved it. We are all human and encounter many things during our experiences that we create for ourselves. This takes the work of self-discovery to really analyze and wise up to your own energy firstly, before you can actually have it work for you. Believe me when I tell you, I have done a lot of self-discovery and had no choice but to get very real with my own energy in the attempts of reaching my neutrality. I had to analyze many aspects of how I operated as a person and where I put my energy and what soaked it from me. I'm going to ask you to take a good look at yourself and wise up. Ask yourself all of those hard questions. Identify the things that drive you, the things that you put energy into. Who are the people that fill you up with great energy and those that draw it from you? And those that draw it. What is the energy that you are feeding your being? When I speak about feeding your being, I'm not talking about the food that you consume either. I'm talking about what you choose to watch, choose to listen to, what you choose to engage in. How do you express yourself? And how much energy do you put into it? We all think that blocking stuff helps us from draining our energy, but that is a false assumption. Now realizing that I became depleted quickly by trying to block all the negative coming at me in my life, instead of simply infusing it with love and transmuting it. Everything happens to make us learn about ourselves. Don't avoid lessons. If you do, you're just creating a reoccurring cycle of avoidance that is not healthy for you or anybody. Approach anything in life with love, head on, and it will definitely change your expected outcome of it. These are things that I have personally experienced. I had to seriously take a look at everything and everybody in my life and determine what was drawing my energy. I had to check and be real with the reality that I alone had created. Check your thoughts as you wake up in the morning, as these thoughts determine the frequency that you set for your day. Are you getting drained by the energy you give away to your thoughts? Or do you allow yourself to feel a love for life and are grateful for your existence? These are two very different energy frequencies that you allow to vibrate not only within you, but out of you. This difference determines so much about your frequency. People have been so consumed with life and the busyness of it that they quickly become ill, not realizing that they must change their energy frequency within themselves. Realizing it or not, everything begins with energy. This is also why many who fall sick usually stay sick, because they're consumed by their own thoughts of their illness. An idea, a thought, is all produced by energy. A movement requires energy, and it in turn produces it. An expression of anything is energy. Words infused with energy as we speak them. This is a perfect example of why we should watch what we say, because we give whatever it is that we're saying our life force. We put energy into everything that we say and do in our life. The real question is, are you putting the energy into the right ideas, thoughts, movements, words, and everything else for that matter? I highly doubt it, because I didn't for many years. Now I have reached a level of understanding that I don't think at all, as it takes too much of my energy. I allow myself to feel instead, which is true knowledge. I've come to understand my neutral, which is unique to me, and I try to remain neutral within anything that I feel, think, say, and do in life. Energy is the beginning of all things manifested in the world. Deciding to make simple, focused changes within yourself will help you feel the shift of it. Understand that once you make the changes from an inward focus, you will not be so affected by what is happening externally. When you realize that you have been the only reason that you are living the way you do, well, nobody from that point on will choose suffering for themselves. That is the logic of it. When you see that you have been robbing yourself of your highest potential, you will begin to do the work to achieve the connection to your true nature. This will give you an energy for life that you have never felt before. You will slowly change your energy by simply thinking the right things that empower you instead of ultimately destroying you. You do need to realize one very important part of this. That is, you must not take anything personal when you begin to raise your level of frequency. Old habits, patterns, and people seem to stay within the frequency that you previously embodied. Don't take anything personal. Don't take anything personal as you make your changes. Honestly, very few may truly understand what is going on with you. Just remember, there's nothing wrong. You've just chosen to wise up, to rise up. It's very simple. When things are clear, then there is no confusion or chaos to it. Energy is so powerful as it fuels our existence. It is our responsibility to ourselves and our loved ones to wise up. When you rise up, you automatically assist with the raising of frequencies around you. It is so important that you understand the duality of energy that I've decided to dedicate a whole chapter to it. So let me explain the give and take of energy. So chapter 2, give and take. I do believe that you understand there is a constant give and take of everything in life. This applies to everything. There is a constant flow, whether you are aware or not, of energy that flows in and out of you. There is a constant give and take for all that truly exists. This is why it is important to see how you function as a person in order to make the necessary changes with the goal of achieving well-being. Everything is an exchange or a transfer, no matter what it is. There will always be a reaction to whatever action is put out of the same and equal magnitude. This is what I call the give and take of life. Whatever I think, say, or do will have an equal amount of energy that is coming back to me to take from life. Simple and easy as that. Really look at what energy you put into the simplest things. Simplest of things. Are you constantly putting energy into what is... Are you constantly putting energy into what is never of positive use to you? Do you give it away to people, conversations, and your past? For many years, I was unaware of how much energy I wasted. I tried to be a good person outwardly, but internally is what kept me shackled to a hell that I had created for myself. You can be a good person to the world, yes, but unless you are included in that, you are going to deplete your own life force. It is just not enough to love outwardly in life. You must love yourself inwardly also. Without doing this, you will never achieve your neutral state of being. When you don't love yourself first wholeheartedly, you will have a hard time achieving your goals because you will block yourselves from them. Let me tell you now that I don't believe in excuses, whatever they may be. People will come up with so many excuses as to why they believe what they do. Hold on. People will come up with so many excuses as to why they believe they can't do anything. All I can say to that excuse would be one thing. Watch the thoughts that you feed yourself. Watch the thoughts that you feed about yourself. Remove all the I can't, because you alone place the limitation there by speaking like that. It is all a choice. So I suggest that you watch what you're giving your energy to. I personally take all of this seriously, as these are things that every person hopefully will realize for themselves. There is no better joy than to feel that you are so much more than you have ever been made to believe all your life. With this realization and the opening of the connection to your true nature comes a flood of joyfulness that seeps into every particle of your being. Understand that whatever you have experienced, as much as it is your reality within your human experience, does not change the true nature of your existence. Let go of all of the trauma, hurt, fear, doubt, hate, anger, pity, confusion, so that you may actually allow room for some positive to enter. You will continue to feel the effects of negativity until you choose to no longer embody the energy of it. Nothing external can do this for you. This type of work requires an inward focus, with no judgment, with the intention to heal. If those are the things that you are thinking, then allow yourself, if those are things you are thinking, then allow yourself to feel it, heal it, and release it. I want you to fully understand that you put energy into all of your ideas and thoughts. When feeding the thought with your energy, well, I would say that that is an action. Doing so, you will create an equal reaction for yourself. If you believe something to be true and put energy into it, you give it life. This is the truth of it, because it all begins with energy behind any manifestation of matter. To create anything is to bring something into existence, which involves energy. No matter what it is you put your energy into. So what are you putting your energy into? I ask. Only you know how you truly function with your energy. You had better take a look at what you're creating for yourself by thought alone. It's as simple as that. Take a good look at your ideas, thoughts, actions, habits, movements, and your way of life in general. If you maintain a gloomy outlook on existence, then that is what you manifest to be your reality. How you truly feel about yourself as a person. No, how do you truly feel about yourself as a person? What is your personal energy like? Do you carry a loving energy for yourself and others? You can't make any excuses or blame anybody for anything when you wise up. Owning everything about yourself is truly essential in order to fully understand your give and take of life. Like I said, this is a process. It takes time to fully understand yourself. I am not interested in your opinions of yourself, as they are not relevant. I want you to see yourself for truly what and how you are as a human being, and be the driving force of change, leading by example. Once you understand how much energy you give to things that you shouldn't, it is then that you will begin to identify where you're going wrong and make the much needed changes to your frequency. There is a level of energy within your life force that sustains our life. We use that force to manifest and maneuver through our human experience. Once we have physically grown into our full genetic form, the key from that point on would be to just maintain a proper level of frequency in order to fully embrace the best of life, reaching our highest potential. We've been given a life force with the capacity to create all of our heart's desires if we stay connected to it. As long as you are drifting through life reacting to it and not taking a look at your own existence within it, you will never make any required changes to rise up to a different level of operating. I say this because I myself was not connected to my own energy fully, and I drifted through a meaningless existence, or so I thought. I now understand that I had been the creator of my suffering due to where I put my energy. I created a lot of give and take with life that created so much suffering for myself and those around me. Whether I was trying to be a positive change or not didn't matter if my energy wasn't right to begin with. We don't see the aspect of the give and take unless we truly study our own frequency that is giving us so many infinite possibilities to create with. We often create all of the wrong things, thinking that is what will make us happy. We create things for ourselves thinking that will give us substance to our life, when only to realize you have wasted all your energy acquiring a comfortable home instead of living comfortably throughout your experience of life. You reach an understanding later in life that it was all of those little missed opportunities that were really the biggest pivotal moments for you. Understand that whatever your experience has been, you chose to live it as an energetic being before your human form existed on earth. You agreed to live under whatever the conditions that you have lived. The difference is that you just forgot about it all. The minute that you experienced fear or trauma within this 3D density we call our reality, that in turn started your path of disconnection to your true nature, creating for yourself a different give and take from what was originally intended for you. I was swayed for energy for many years until I genuinely was able to feel for myself what my give and take of life had been. I had to learn to harness what was my own energy and what was the energy that I was feeling externally. Being an empath, I feel energy, so much so that another human can't convince me of anything if the energy is telling me something else. To gain my own control over the never-ending flow, I decided that I had better go with the flow, attempting to understand it fully. We put resistance to our natural flow of energy within us. We tend to go against our true nature, which is unconditional love, because of programming and conditioning. We tend to do things for all the wrong reasons. If you don't seriously take a look at all you put energy into, then you will never figure yourself out. You have to realize that whatever you are giving to life, you are in turn taking out of it. So what is your give and take of life? What are the things that you focus on throughout your day? What are you thinking when you get up? Are you grateful or angry at the world? Are you making endless excuses for yourself as to why you are the way you are? Get real with everything about yourself. What are your ideas and thoughts that lead you to your actions? Understand that whatever you give motion to, like an action, becomes a habit, then becomes a way of life. Really stop and analyze your self-talk. You won't speak to anybody in life as much as you will talk to yourself. So what are you telling yourself? What are your belief systems? What are you allowing to be your flow of give and take within your human experience? Only you will know the answers to these hard questions. Understand that until you take a good look at yourself and understand who you are and how you operate, you will never understand your own energy. What do you believe in your heart? Are you working against your true nature due to judgment, self-doubt, and fear of non-acceptance of others? Do you genuinely hold a sincere love for life in all that you say and do? Do you install a belief system of limitations for yourself as to the opinions of others because you don't trust yourself? Think about it. You may not like what you see when you take the mask off. Take a good look at who you've created yourself to be. What I mean about taking your mask off is this. We all want the world and our loved ones to see us in a certain manner. People have become people pleasers instead of being true to themselves. How many really live according to how they truly want to? it's important to look at how you operate. Then, within your family, see if you've remained true to yourself, or if you've remained true to what was expected of you. I can honestly say that there are more people living according to judgment and expectations of others, rather than living according to what they know to be right in their heart. Think about it. Seriously. The answers you find will clearly show you what you are giving your energy to. When you see what you fuel into existence with your energy, then you will be able to easily see the duality of your give and take of life. Do you put love into all that you do? Hold a sincere love for the simple fact that you're alive? Act in a loving way to not only yourself, but towards others as well? Do what you know to be right in your heart? I think your answers will be clear to you. But if you are unsure, well, settle your mind when asking yourself anything. Allow the sensations of energy to give you the answer. This is all a big part of figuring out your own frequency. There is a constant give and take. And that is the duality of this experience. You have to figure out what you are giving and taking in order to then realize what kind of frequency it is that you're putting out into this world. This energy does affect your whole existence and how you operate throughout your human experience. It is the give and take that in turn creates your reality. What do you identify as your reality? What do you identify as your identity, for that matter? Who do you see yourself as? Have you been in denial about what you've created for yourself with your own give and take? Once you fully realize that you're the creator of your reality, you will choose to create differently, understanding that what you give is what you will take. You will invest in a better way to give, not only for yourself, but the world also. You must adopt a perspective that what you give also affects all around, as we are all energetically connected. We are all energy and all interconnected deeply, interconnected deeper than we like to imagine. If you think that your thoughts are yours alone, well, they aren't. Once you give energy to your ideas, thoughts, or actions, they become a part of your energy. Energy doesn't lie. If you are giving your energy to the wrong things, your energy will quickly be depleted. If you wake up with less energy than you should in the morning, this means that you are depleting yourself of your basic life force that is keeping you alive. Sleep is important to rest and let the body heal. Let me explain the effects on the body when you live with a lowered energy. All right, so chapter 3, lowered energy. Just think about this. Do you feel sluggish, tired, depressed, anxious, fearful, or confused? It is all because you've created an existence of frequenting at a lower energy than what you need to function properly. It's as simple as that. Less energy, less movement, less motivation, which truly results in a lessened participation of life. You really have to take a good look at where you're putting your energy. What is depleting your very life force? If this is the case, you can expect that your body can't keep going like that. If you don't have the basic minimal energy for your body to exist within a balance, well, then we all know what this leads to. Once you can identify clearly where and what you put your energy into, then you will be able to know if it's depleting you or not. A lower energy can simply present itself as you feel like not doing anything. That is usually the start of it all, before you allow it to become a state of being for yourself. Some would argue that they just have gotten sick, or that they're just tired. I will disagree with that, only because disease comes from a state of being. That is where it manifests, no matter what it is. This state of being is when you don't feel at ease within yourself. We are all energetic beings to begin with. That truly drives our human form of existence. The energy within you, if mismanaged, will create a sense of unease within your being. This fuels a cycle of give and take that lowers your frequency, which you are in control of. I, over my life, created much disease within myself, and in understanding where it all stemmed from, I was able to raise my frequency of energy in a way that was healing to me. With the right flow of energy, you can raise your vibration higher, and in turn, your cells will repair themselves. They know what they have to do better than you do. All of this depends on your choice of vibrational frequency. All of this depends on your choice of the vibrational frequency of your being. In my personal experience, I have an enormous amount of energy contained within me. Every person in life that has met me can say that my energy is huge. No matter how huge my energy may be, I personally have been drained many times. When I was living as a disembodied empath, I found myself being thrown by energy most of the time, not yet understanding how to transmute it. So what I did was begin to block my absorption of energy instead of allowing the flow of it through me. This only worked against my being by lowering my frequency. I put a lot of energy into everything I do. Well, there's an equal reaction to that. My give and take is huge. Not understanding this fully while living in survival mode, I was creating a constant hell for myself. Only because of all of my negative thoughts. Only because all of my negative thoughts were being fed with such a great force behind them. It works like this. If you're feeding your energy into negativity, that is what you are giving the world. The give and take of it all can surely guarantee then you will be taking negativity from the world in return. If your ideas and thoughts are not right, well then nothing will ever be right. Simple. This is why you really have to get real with things and see what energy you are choosing to embody. If you're constantly exchanging negative energy with yourself and the world, then you have to use your life force energy to exist, which results in lowered energy. You can easily do the work to understand why you vibrate at a lowered frequency. It is quite easy to vibrate at a higher frequency once you put the energy into doing just that. When you are grateful and you are maintaining a positive outlook, it is not possible to vibrate at a lower frequency, producing lowered energy. This is because you are not feeding your energy into the wrong ideas and thoughts to begin with, leaving you with more energy to create with. This is logic, I would say. Whatever state you choose to embody will determine whether you maintain a higher frequency of energy or a lowered frequency, which will then determine your level of energy and your state of being. Surviving with lowered energy, you no longer are fully participating in life. This is not living. It's called surviving. Because you are vibrating at a lower frequency than what you need to fully sustain your life. This state only does one thing: create more of it. If you don't wake up fully refreshed with every new day, then you are and have been depleting your life force within you. How have you managed to do this is as easy as this. You've been robbing yourself of your own energy by giving it to meaningless self-sabotage and lack of love for life. Simple. I haven't got a PhD, and it isn't hard to figure out when you see things for what they are. This creates all kinds of problems on every level of your being. It has a snowball effect also, which also leads to death or disaster. I understand both very well at this point in my life, having beat death and surviving disaster time and time again personally. When you don't feel good and don't feel like doing anything, then you are not at the right level of energy. You can't and won't enjoy life. It all starts with your ideas of life, in my opinion. I had to take a look at my ideas of everything. It was quite an eye-opener for me. I quickly began to see that all of my ideas were tarnished with negativity, self-hate, blame, shame, guilt, denial, anger, fear, and very much love lacking. This definitely sucks the life out of you. How could any of those ideas or thoughts feed you in a good way? They don't. So if you're feeding yourself with negativity, well, then you are depleting your own energy. My idea of life was that my idea of life was that it was hell and that I had no choice but to suffer through it. I grew comfortable in that idea and in turn created more of it for myself. I was ungrateful for my life and took everything for granted. This forced me to live with a lowered energy. I had to begin to feed off of my own life force to maintain my existence. If you aren't creating anything good for yourself, how are you supposed to feel good? You don't. It doesn't work like that, ever. Negativity lowers your energy, to put it simply. It all has been in play within you over time when it manifests as evidence with not feeling like you have any energy. This is such a different feeling than the one you feel being tired from an amazing day. This lack of energy is a warning sign for you. If you do not heed this warning, then it'll snowball into something like depression, anxiety, mental anguish, disease, self-sabotage, and in turn will create more of it. This doesn't just happen suddenly. It happens from putting your energy into all of the wrong things over a period of time. Living in this time of existence, there are a lot of distractions from what really matters. Keeping us focused with an outward vision. Not having the right ideas about yourself primarily will lead you to not having the right ideas about life. Why I stress ideas is because this is where you initially put your energy. Ideas then turn into thoughts, which turn into a mindset, which turns into a personality, and this governs your existence within your experience of life as it creates your lifestyle. Maintaining a love for life and gratitude will create things to love and be grateful for about life. which leads to manifesting a wonderfully joyful life. You can't feel this while having lowered energy. Understand that you will feel change as soon as you change your thoughts with the intent of raising your frequency to get the most out of life. When you're grateful for life and believe that the world is a wonderful place for your existence, then the give and take will not allow you to have a lowered energy. You need to have energy in order to fully be active within your human experience. If you're not feeding yourself with positive interactions that uplift you, then you are robbing your own energy. If you are drawing energy from your life force, which your existence depends on for survival, well, then expect a lowered energy to function with. This is why it is so important not to engage in meaningless, self-destructive conversations. If you are one that loves to feed yourself with all the stuff that is not good for your being, then expect that you have chosen to lower your own energy. This all leads to you having to use your life force energy, and you shouldn't have to, when you can feed yourself with uplifting energy. This lowered energy then affects the body, because your bodily systems that are in need of energy to function don't have the amount needed. Your life force is needed to the functions of your body to maintain balance and function. When feeding the wrong things, this becomes our take-back also, which naturally depletes us. This makes us very sick and leads to death in most cases. So if you're experiencing life with a lowered energy than what you need to get through your days, you'd better change it. No medications will help you with your energy. This is something that you must harness and realize your give and take and see what is depleting you. Identifying what has led you to this point of feeling depleted will help you make the needed changes. If not, it only leads to an imbalance and will lower your energy, leading to sickness. Once you have begun feeling a lack of energy, it is not just enough to get up and move. How can one even do this if they don't have the energy to begin with? I had to make a shift in my ideas in order to regain my energy once it had become very low. It is often mistaken for being unmotivated, but go deeper than that. What is causing you to feel unmotivated? You have grown accustomed to just looking on the surface of things, accepting false diagnoses and perceptions, believing that our organs and brain have been giving us life, when it is truly our life force that is driving the energy of your existence. If you're sick or lack energy within your life to make it a good life, well, then change your ideas about life and all will change. There's no better recipe for well-being. Remember, whatever it is that is causing you, that is causing this, you can change simply by your ideas that you feed. Being positive and projecting positive will help you retain your basic force of life so that you don't deplete your energy and end up running on a lowered energy. If you choose to remain negative and run on that level of frequency, well, expect all of the health problems that come with it. I operated for years on a lower frequency, but now understand the importance of the need to wise up to rise up, not allowing myself to be ungrateful for life. Being grateful is a sure way of raising your frequency. If you have read my second book, Your Best You, The Choice is Yours, then you understand the importance of gratitude. Let me assist you in restoring some much needed balance within your life once you fully understand its importance. All right, so chapter 4, restoring balance, I'm going to leave it here. And so I've done the first 3 chapters, and there's only the last 3 chapters: restoring balance, feel to heal, and rise up with a special note. So I'll leave it here for tonight, and I will mark it. And yeah, I'm grateful to you all that decided to hop on and listen to this. I hope it was useful in assisting you to have a different perspective of looking at things. But I love y'all. Have a great night. Peace.